So I decided to build a new bumper. Stick around while I make the pieces, adapt a few others, and get a bumper on my nice 1996 Jeep Cherokee. Welcome back to Atlas Garage. Weekend once again. Saturday afternoon. As you can see, we got a pretty good line of thunderstorms. Will be moving in here in a couple hours, so not much will get done today. What I'd like to do, however, is that I sold, or should I say traded, the tube bumper that I made originally for my black Jeep, and then I put it on this Jeep. And I made this quickie stinger, or excuse me, stubby for the black Jeep. Well, I traded my son back. So since he now owns the black Jeep, I traded him a tube bumper for my stubby. And I'm gonna build it out to use the winch. It's too narrow because it was set up for the black Jeep. So what I'm gonna do is come over here. It actually fits pretty much right in here. So I'm going to cut those off right about here. That would give me my spacing, and I'll bank it where I can butt up. And then I can use the sides here to put my mounts on. So he had to cut the mounts off, extended mounts off of the gray bumper, because they were set up for my Jeep, where so the holes are incorrect for a regular XJ. This is the original 2 holes for the steering box. I have moved mine forward 2 inches, so the holes from here, which is the through hole, which is sleeved, which is really the strongest hole in the subframe up here, in relation to the steering boxes, then the mounts that I made for that are incorrect, won't fit his Jeep. So we go ahead and cut those off, and he'll make some new ones. So I'm going to use mine, though, the ones we cut off, as a pattern for here to here, because he cut right about in here. So I'm going to need to make up for these 3 holes here, which I have those holes on the other pieces, which I'm going to cut off. So I'll make some cardboard templates. I have some 5" by 1/4" steel plate that I'm going to make my mounts off of. I'm going to make them long, so the bumper would be 2 inches, would be sticking up probably about 1 inch or 1.5 inches off of this edge, 2 inches wide, and then I'm going to make it stick out a little further, and I'll put material on either side, a piece of 1/4 inch on either side of the 1/4 inch, and drill a hole for my D-rings, and that'll be my toe point. And this will be all one piece through here back to this bolt. So about as strong as you can get. I'm just going to have the flat piece here, angle it back here a little ways, and angled up. I really did like my tube bumper. It's the first thing I built after building my bender. So it was my first thing to ever bend up some tube. So it wasn't perfect and everything, but that's all right. But I thought I'd like having a stinger, and frankly, it gets in the dang way. So it just makes it impossible to work around, and you constantly work on either side of it. You can't work down the middle of the motor at all. The stinger just gets in the way. So he wants it, he likes it, so good for him. He's a little younger, he won't mind climbing him over as much. But so anyways, let's get started. Get myself some CAD going on here, get my mounts made up, test figured out, and let's get laid out on the 1/4 inch, and we'll get it cut. We'll be right back. Oh, welcome back. All right, this is what I came up with my 5" wide. I decided I did this out front here. This is going to be my tab. Where I wanted this beam as far as relation to the grill and the winch. And it looks like it's better if I lower it an inch. So we'll put that similar like that, and that's what we're gonna, that's gonna be my template. I'll get this thing marked out, get my holes punched, and let's see what we come up with. The weather's still holding off. I'm trying not to get a whole lot of stuff out right now because I never know when the thunderstorms are gonna roll in. The sun's out right now, but it was sprinkling about 10 minutes ago, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get this marked up, cut out, and I'll be right back. Well, the sun came back out, sprinkled for a little bit. I drug everything back out. And we got the first side cut. Let it cool off, knock the slag off, and hit it with the grinder a little bit and clean it up. Check for fitment. Get my holes marked for the, there's 3 more holes yet to have to be drilled into that. So get those marked up. And hopefully the weather holds, we'll see. I'll just take it little by little. I'm trying not to get too much gear out all at once here because, you know, it's supposed to thunderstorm. So, anyways, get the old plasma cutter out. I really need to run 240 out to my garage. I think it will cut so much better if I could run full power. Same thing with the welder. One of my goals this year is to get a 240 circuit out here, 50 amp. Unfortunately, it's not going to be cheap given the prices. Everything's gone through the roof. Not to mention my circuit breaker box is on the far side of the house, on the opposite end of my garage. So it's got a full 100 feet I got to run from the box probably out to the garage once the time I take all the zigs and the zags in consideration. Anyway, first piece is cut. We'll get it cleaned up, mark off the second one, let this plasma cutter take a bit of a break and cool off, and hopefully get the second one cut today. Be back. Okay, so I got the grinder out, cleaned up the edges on my piece here. You can see we really got a nice clean edge now. Got her clamped up, flush with the bottom here. And that's what she looks like. Bolt goes in. Actually, I got a gap here, but it's because I haven't bolted it down. That does kind of bend in a bit. But it clears the... actually, it might be rocking on that front steering wheel a little bit. That's alright. Ain't gonna hurt anything. I'll probably move it just a little more to get it centered better over those 2 bolt holes. If I have to run another extra hole large over here, that's fine. It's not gonna hurt anything. I may run it up to the next size up. But this is where we're going with it. Once I get it where I like it, I'll mark my other 2 outer holes here. Once those are marked and drilled, then I'll know where my 3rd one goes. And I'll complete this side, and then I will duplicate it for the other side. Okay. Alrighty. Got weather moving back in, so I've packed up for now. But I did get, get out of my knees here. Get my holes drilled for the 3 extra holes. Now I have my pattern for the other side. We'll get it maybe later today. I don't know. See how the storms move through. It's rumbling pretty good right now. It may hit or may not. I just know my luck. I'll get everything out again and it'll start pouring. So this is where I'm at right now. At least I got my pattern made up. I'll get the second one cut tomorrow probably. I doubt I'll be able to do anything the rest of this afternoon. It's probably going to be raining the rest of the day. But anyways, till tomorrow, Atwood's Garage. Oh, welcome back to Atwood's Garage. Sunday. Still not really a pretty day. This weather's supposed to move out and be a nice afternoon. We'll see what happens. But anyway, did get an opportunity after the rains moved through. At least got a break, a couple hours. I was able to get. Oh, can't see where I'm seeing here. All right, there we go. I got my second piece made. So everybody's bolted in here. So now I'm going to take my stubby bumper, we'll cut it, get it slid in here, and we'll go from there. We'll start getting some stuff cut and some measures. Maybe get some welding going on here shortly. A lot of work getting stuff done doing this stuff. But it'll look good. It'll be strong. It's a 1/4 inch. Being bolted all the way back the way it is like that. And then once I make it thick for the D-rings, you're not going to be pulling. You'll pull the whole front end off of this thing before this thing lets loose. All right. We'll get this bumper cut and fitted, and we'll be right back. One. Side two. I really need to fix my other DeWalt. I need to take it to work with the fire cord on it. Somehow it got chewed up. By how, what, and why, I don't know, but it did. So let's get some of the thrust cleaned off. cleans that up for now. Let's get you repositioned towards the Jeep here. There we go. Take my ears off. Isn't that, yeah. Those of you who are wondering, yeah, I pretty much do stuff the way you see it. That's how this whole Jeep is built. Oh, slide down. Push back in, that one's still out a bit. There we go. And that's going to slide in right there. Oh. That's how that's going to go. Now, I have a winch hidden back here. I'm going to need to make a pass through. through this 2" by 5" box. I think I'm going to do is I'm going to recess the fair lead. I'm going to cut a nice big opening out here, box it, and cut the back side, drill it, and have the fair lead inside. That way it's not exposed. That makes this the outside edge for everything. But anyway, please bear with me while I get a few things set up. Take the glove off so I can turn this video off, and we'll be right back. Okay, I got my measurements for the fair lead. It's approximately 12 inches wide. So I'm out here at 14. So I cut my recess. I've got a 3 7/8 hole saw I'm going to use. Got my holes marked and center punched. Got my big old drill. Let's see if I can do this without killing myself. Remains to be seen. Hole center. I'll tell you what. Get my other drill. Better if I drill these first. Just get them started. This time it'll be fun. I don't break my neck doing these. All right, this is gonna make a hell of a lot of racket. You guys don't need to watch this. Well, about 20 minutes later, I got 2 holes cut. I'm gonna scrape my lines across them, cut this middle piece out, clean up my edges. Boy, the big hole saws are tough. They would take a whipping off of you. Anyways, let's get these lines scribed and cut, and we'll be right back. got that cut. I'll get my other pieces out. Where did they disappear to? Here they are. Get my edge cleaned up. Go ahead and turn the GoPro off here and get that done. My GoPro died, so I didn't catch a lot of footage of me working on the second half of the bumper. But anyway, that said, we use my phone. This is what I end up doing. That's a 1/4 inch long piece, goes as the full mount. I have a piece of 3/4 inch wide, I think it's 1 inch black pipe as a spacer for the D-ring. Welded that in and welded the inner piece, and then put a strap around it, and then cased it all up. Did the same thing on the other side. This is where my fairlead's going to be. I did recess it to the back of the block there, and then I filled in everything nice, welded in, smoothed it all off. I think that's about all I'm going to do on this bumper. I was thinking about putting more ends on it and taking out, making it a bit wider, but I actually like it being a stubby. So anyway, I need to cut the hole for the fairlead still, and then do a final go over with the grinder one more time, catch any hot spots or something, you know, points or something like that. I'm not going to grind it all smooth like I did there. I just want to make that look neat. So anyway, this is Edward's Garage. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like videos, tell your friends and neighbors. Anyway, thank you very much for coming by. Talk to you later.